Hey guys, and welcome back. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. After my weigh-in from lifting weights last week, um, and I continued to lift weights. Today is a cardio day, so I'll be doing some cardio later on. But yesterday I got on it, man. I got on the lifting of the weights and kicked my own ass yesterday, man. I worked in some new routines. Man, I found this great YouTube channel, right, where this dude like really breaks things down for you. And I can't remember his name offhand, but as I get more in depth with it, I'll probably shout out to him later on, just because I'm lifting in a new way, right? So I used to be a power lifter, right? And powerlifting is very, very different than bodybuilding in the way that you do things, right? And it's really easy to say from a high level, well, powerlifting does heavyweight, low rep, right? And bodybuilding does lighter weight, lots of reps, right? Many reps. But that's a little too much of a simplification. There's also differences in the way that we lift, right? One important difference is the squat, right? A powerlifter squat breaks 90 just barely, right? So if you're coming down with the weight and it's on your back, which it is if you're powerlifting, you come down to just where your leg, right? The shin and the foot, and where the knee is at a 90-degree angle. And you break that. You just break that, and then you're given the go to lift it up. A bodybuilder would not do that. A bodybuilder would use full range of motion on all of their lifts. So a bodybuilder would actually come all the way down and then back up. Because the goal of bodybuilding is not raw strength, right? If you're going for raw strength, then you want to stay where you have the most resistance during and most muscle tension during the activity, right? But a bodybuilder is not going for raw strength. A bodybuilder is going for overall aesthetic look, right? This guy is excellent at it. He's a natural bodybuilder. Doesn't take steroids. He's not professional, right? He's just somebody who deals with natural aesthetic look of muscle, and that's what I need right now, right? Because I'm going to have a lot of excess skin. And I don't necessarily need to be strong anymore, right? I'm not going to compete anymore. I'm not going to do powerlifting competitions or anything like that. Now what I need a good solid aesthetic muscle, like a puffy muscle. It doesn't necessarily need to be strong. It just needs to be big to take up room so that it can take up some of that excess skin, right? Because my goal is to not just lose the weight and lose the fat in the skin, but take as much of that skin up as I can. There's still going to be a ton of it, right? And I'm going to have to worry about that later on, whether or not I do the surgery or don't do the surgery. I don't know. That's all for years down the road, right? But right now, as I'm starting my journey back into lifting weights, I want to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that will build the most overall muscle mass, right? As far as surface area, right? To take up that skin. So that's a new way of lifting for me. But I got on it yesterday and kicked my own ass. And I was proud to say, like yesterday night, I was pretty sore. I was kind of sore, really tight. This morning I woke up, I was still a little tight, but no soreness. That is awesome. I need to get to that on a regular basis where there's no soreness. Because I feel like that's the key, right? Once I get to that point, I believe that my muscles will get used to the routine of lifting, not necessarily to the exercises themselves, but of lifting, and hopefully not hold on to so much water. As as your muscle tears as part of lifting, that's how you get stronger. Your muscle tears, scar tissue forms, your muscle gets stronger, bigger, and the repair process takes a lot of blood flow. So in order to generate that blood flow, your body will hold on to excess water to generate the blood that goes in that blood flow. Thus, when your muscles are repairing themselves, you tend to hold on to a lot of excess water, especially right at the beginning. But as the muscle gets used to it and realizes that it's a routine process of repair, there tends to be less water retention after each workout. And I really want to get to that because, as you know, last week I was retaining water pretty heavy, caused my overall weekly weigh-in to be higher than the week before, and I want to combat that. Also, today, supposed to be arriving is my body fat percentage calculation machine. Now, there's a lot of stuff online about this. And a lot of people are saying that it's not incredibly accurate, it's not this, it's not that. And I don't have a problem with that. I want to say that right up front. I don't need it to be accurate in the sense of, what my true body weight is, right? Because I honestly don't care about that so much right now. What I care about is getting a baseline number from a device that I'm going to use week after week at the same time each day, right? And I want that number to be going down, right? I don't care if it's incredibly accurate. As long as it's moving down, then I know my body fat percentage is decreasing. Even if the body fat percentage on the device is not incredibly accurate, at least I know it's decreasing along with the scale, right? It's the same idea of a scale, right? You might be a pound heavier on this scale than that scale over there, right? They might not all be accurate scaling, but you don't really care about that so much. All you care about is that the numbers on the scale that you do use go down, right? So that's generally what I'm trying to do. But it was supposed to arrive today. It was supposed to already be here, right, to the complex, but it was delayed. Freaking Amazon delaying my order, man. You know what, dude? I don't pay Amazon Prime for my packages to be delayed. I don't, right? Of course I'm kidding, right? It says it's still going to be here by 8 p.m. I trust Amazon, even if it's not here by 8 p.m. I don't know that it's necessarily that big a deal, but I do need it before Sunday for the weigh-in because I want to be able to start reporting those numbers as well. No, I mean other than that, dude, everything's going great. I haven't chafed up since the last time I was doing cardio, so that's awesome. Everything else seems to be going pretty well. I think we're doing all right. There's a new lady at work, and she is also trying to lose a little bit of weight, and I was trying to give her a little bit of advice, and then I realized, dude, there's this guy trying to give out advice on losing weight, man. It's a little odd. So I try to keep myself in check a little bit and not become too overbearing, because I think there is a tendency of people to become a little overbearing when giving weight loss advice. So I try not to be that person. I don't want to be that person, right? I'd much rather be the person that says, hey, this is what's working for me. Feel free to try it if you want. If not, that's cool. Everybody's got to go on their own journey. And most importantly, everybody's got to get into that mental space on their own. You cannot be pushed into that. I just, basically told her what was working for me and wished her luck because, man, this is a hard process. So everybody needs a little bit of luck and a little bit of support. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning back in. That's all I got for today. Thanks for tuning in, and like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll have some different stuff for you on Thursday as far as body fat numbers and things. That would be cool just to get an idea. I'm going to play around with it a little bit. So I'll see you guys then. And until then, thanks and goodbye.